Tenant's Guide, Section 8. This video covers legislation and best practices as of the 6th of March 2025 in England. Laws may change, so please verify details to ensure they remain relevant time of viewing. A Section 8 notice is used to serve notice of the intent to seek possession of a property as a tenant has breached the terms of their tenancy. A Section 8 notice is often termed the fault-based possession notice, and can be used for both assured and assured short-hold tenancy (AST) agreements. If the landlord wants to gain possession of the property at the end of the tenancy agreement, a Section 21 notice should be served rather than a Section 8. When is a Section 8 notice used? A Section 8 notice is traditionally used to evict a tenant in breach of their tenancy agreement, and as such, is referred to as a fault-based way of evicting a tenant. Timings and expiry of Section 8 notices. Depending whether the tenancy is a monthly or a weekly tenancy, the notice will expire 2 weeks, weekly tenancy, or 2 months, monthly tenancy, after it was issued. Once the tenant receives the Section 8 notice, they have a maximum of 14 days to respond. Once the Section 8 notice has expired and the tenant has not remedied the breach of the tenancy, if that is possible, possession proceedings can be initiated. Possession proceedings can be initiated as soon as the notice expires. If the tenant does not leave after the court has issued the tenant with a notice to leave, the landlord can ask county court bailiffs to evict the tenant. Grounds for possession. There are 17 grounds for possession that can be used on the Section 8 notice. These 17 grounds can be split into 2 broad sections. Grounds 1 to 8. Mandatory grounds on which the court must order possession. If one of the first 8 grounds are used, the court must order possession if the documents are served correctly. Grounds 9 to 17. Discretionary grounds on which the court may order possession. If only grounds 9 to 17 are used, the judge at the county court can choose whether to order possession. The grounds can be categorized into more practical themes. Non-payment of rent. Ground 8 is a mandatory ground which, if proven, must be enforced by a judge. Grounds 10 and 11 are discretionary grounds. Other tenancy breaches. Grounds 12, 13, 14 and 15 are discretionary grounds. These 4 grounds deal with misconduct and breaches of the tenancy by the tenant. Prior notice grounds. Grounds 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are mandatory grounds which require the landlord or letting agent to have served a notice to the tenant relating to the ground, on or before the granting of the tenancy. Other grounds. Grounds 6, 7, 9, 16 and 17 are other grounds which can be used to evict a tenant. Grounds 6 and 7 are mandatory grounds and 9, 16 and 17 discretionary grounds. A Section 8 notice is usually issued if a tenant has breached the terms of their tenancy agreement, but may be issued for other reasons if the landlord needs to regain possession of their property. A Section 8 notice must be issued in a prescribed way, and possession can only be granted by a county court judge.